Hello, BCSD third graders. A lot of you have told me that you benefited from my how to do the math fact fluency page. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. But this time I'm going to be doing it with a larger math fact, 15 times 6. The reason I wanted to make a video for a larger math fact is this one right here, this box, use any strategy. The strategy I would recommend that you do is decomposing or the distributive property. And that's because 15 times 6 is a relatively large multiplication fact, and you may not have that fact memorized. And so in order to do that, you're going to need to use decomposing to break the larger math fact down into two smaller math facts. Okay, so let's start by rewriting it here. We're going to choose two numbers that add up to 15 because 15 is the larger number in the math fact. We want to break down that larger factor. So two numbers that add up to 15, it would be really convenient if I could do it with a 10 plus something. And I know that 10 plus 5 is 15. So that means I can write it like this. I can do 10 times 6, the 6 stays the same, plus 5 times 6. Okay, let me grab a different color real quick. See, there's my 10, and there's my 5. Okay, so that's the correct way to write it. Okay, now I chose 10 plus 5 to break it down that way because 10 is a friendly number. It's so easy to multiply numbers by 10, right? And conveniently for this math fact, it's really easy to multiply numbers by 5 as well. So we're going to be able to figure this out in no time. So now 10 times 6, that's 60, plus 5 times 6, that's 30. Wow, look how easy this is. Now all I have to do is 60 plus 30, and I can do that pretty easily in my head. That equals 90. So I've just shown one way to figure out 15 times 6. Okay, let's move on to the using models or visuals. Okay, for this one, it's going to take you a little while to draw something that represents 15 times 6. I'm going to go ahead and do an array, and I think what I'll do is count 15 going down like this. Do a different color again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I'm running out of space here, 12, 13, let me add one up top, 14, I'll just have to do one more like that, 15. Okay, so I've set up my array to have 15 rows. Now I've got to do that 6 times in order to make my array. Okay, so I'm going to do a second row of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now a third row of 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we're halfway done. Got to do 3 more rows just like that. And every time I add more, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my rows and columns as straight as possible, lining those dots up. Okay, almost done here. It gets harder to keep your rows and columns straight the more dots that you have to do. More room for error. And, you know, I'm a teacher and I've been doing this for a while, but I still make mistakes and it's still hard for me. I really got to concentrate on this. Okay, so let's just double check and make sure that we have enough here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows. So that is a 15 times 6 array. Okay, next, write a story. I have to think of a a story to talk about this math problem. I'm going to do something about students. I'm going to say there are 15 students. And what is something that students would have? Students usually have pencils with them in their backpacks. So maybe I could say each student had 6 pencils in their backpack. How many pencils do they have in all? Sounds good to me. Let's write it out. Okay. There are 15. I'll even put 3rd grade in there since this is a 3rd grade video. 3rd grade students. Each student has 6 pencils in his or her backpack. Whoops, not a P, I need a B. My pen here's getting out of control. Okay. Backpack. How many pencils do they have all together? All right, we are almost done here. And for the last box, it says, how do you know that your answer is correct? Okay, we could say, I know my answer is correct because I made it an array with 15 rows and 6 columns, and all of the dots in the array add up to 90. Or I could talk about the strategy that I did in the strategy box. Whatever you want to talk about, you just need to write a sentence about it and make sure that you write a complete sentence that makes sense. I think that I'll go ahead and write about my first box with the decomposing strategy. I'll say, I know 15 times 6 is 90 because I decomposed 15 times 6 to be 10 times 6 plus 5 times 6. And then I'll talk about my answer from there. Okay? So let's do this in another color. You know that I like different colors when I'm doing these things. Okay. I know my answer is correct because I decomposed 15 times 6 to be 10 times 6. Don't forget your parentheses. Plus 5. Whoa, what happened there? Let me erase that. Okay. Plus 5 times 6, which equals 60 plus 30 equals 90. Okay, something like that. You're just describing in words what you did. All right, that is all for the Math Fact Fluency page for day 11. I will see you back with the day 12 video later this week. Bye-bye for now.